This is Matt from Source Audio, and we're going to try to make him better at slap bass in 5 minutes. I don't know if there's a timer, but we'll just imagine it's 5 minutes. All right, show me what you got.
All right.
Nice. Okay, so what feels like you'd like to be better at with slap? Like, is anything bothering you or
I
feeling
feel like
hard?
I'm so sloppy. You know, it's like I want to hit my A string, and I will probably hit my E string.
Yeah.
I think my hands are like probably unwieldy. They're kind of going everywhere. You know, I want to be more efficient in my movement. And confident, you know, with like that just kind of left hand, right hand connection. It's a different action, you know, it takes a different amount of time, at least it seems, to slap than it does to play this way.
Totally. Well, I think your groove sounds really nice. Like, I can feel where your quarter note is and it feels really consistent, but I can see there's some technique stuff that's contributing to that feeling of like sloppy.
Big time.
So the first thing to talk about is thumb angle. So right now you've got your thumb pointed down pretty dramatically.
Yeah.
And so could you just slap and keep your thumb on the strings? Like, yeah, so just keep your thumb down. So you see at this angle, if you're trying to make contact here, your thumb is also hitting the D string.
Yeah.
So like you're kind of just
And
that.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whether you end up with your thumb pointing below the string or above the string, you just want to bring that angle closer to parallel.
Okay.
So that your hitbox is not the width of two strings, basically. You know?
Okay. So like this.
Yeah, or like somewhere in that range. You could even be further closer to where you were, but just not so much that you're hitting two strings.
Okay. Closer to parallel. All right.
Yeah. So that helps a lot. And then from there, the second thing I'd recommend is doing some string crossing drills. So like kind of take all the musical interest out of it.
Yeah.
And let's just try this out. You might have already done some of this already, but just do like E string slap, mute, A string slap, mute,
Okay.
D string slap, mute, G string slap, mute, and kind of work your way up and back down.
All
and
right.
just really listen for that one string at a time.
Sure. Woo.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and another thing you can play with is keep your thumb position relative to your hand locked in. So right now you're kind of like hunting for the string with your thumb while your hand stays static. And that means it's harder to know, like have muscle memory, like where your thumb is gonna be. So if you wanna keep it relaxed, it's nice you have it relaxed. But if you just keep it like, this is how my hand looks, and then I move the whole assembly rather than like hunting with the thumb.
Okay.
And then as you cross strings, it's really just like the shoulder and the elbow
Okay.
coming down and up. Another thing you can think about is your wrist angle. Right now it's pretty flat. And sometimes what'll happen is you're slapping here and then you end up muting here.
Yes.
But if you put a little bit of forward bend, it creates like a hollow space here. So the string is here and now there's this gap.
Yeah.
So you're not getting that mute.
Okay.
You don't want a ton because then you're gonna get like duck wrist and hurt.
Yeah.
But just like a tiny bit, it creates like a space.
Okay.
So do the same thing one more time and just think about that.
Up and down.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, so because we're doing this in 5 minutes, try playing that same riff you're playing earlier.
Yeah.
And just think of it as that accuracy exercise. So keep the little angle here.
Okay.
Keep the thumb angle and try to keep your hand.
I also pluck up on some of them. That's part of.
Yeah, well, that would be the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
But just really focus on the thumb accuracy
All right.
part. Nice. How does that feel?
Much better, actually.
Yeah, bring the thumb angle back up a little bit.
Okay.
You'll notice
Yeah.
it'll keep going back to wherever your habit was. So you
Yeah.
just have to like hit yourself over and over.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing a lot less other string ringing already.
Yeah, a little bit of positioning technique. Yeah, that's helpful for sure.
Yeah, and just like be really strict with it until your brain is like, okay, this is how we slap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, one per I guess I don't really slap much with my thumb on the D and G, but there's no reason to avoid it, I guess.
It's good to have it there. I mean, you're moving it around, and it's useful sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
Did we do it?
Was that 5 minutes?
Do you feel better at slap?
Actually, yeah. A little
Great.
bit. Yeah.
We did it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Josh.